This is Dr. Rosie Kuhn, and this podcast series is called Spiritual Immersion, Taking the Plunge. And speaking of plunge, you might hear some pitter-patter on my roof. It's the rain coming down, and so it's a lovely rainy day today. And so you can hear the rain. If you're curious, that's what it is. So the intention of these podcasts is to support and empower you to be present to what's occurring in you and become more mindful of that basically every moment of the day. And that sounds pretty absurd unless you become more and more trained to do that, and you become more and more aware of how present you are in the moment as opposed to where you have been for so long. Many of us are in the past, always thinking about the past, or we're worried about the future, or imagining the future, daydreaming about the future, or we're caught up in our gaming or FaceTime or social media, something that distracts us from life in general. We are participating in life in one way, and another way it takes us out of connection with ourselves. So these podcasts is really to support you in saying, who am I in here, and what has me make the choices that I make, and how I'm making those choices. Is it really supporting who I want to be and where I want to go? Is it really helping me fulfill my life and my heart's desire? Is what I'm doing and how I'm living infinitely pleasing to me? If not, do I want to do something about that? Do I want to make some shifts and changes in how I perceive myself in the world? So these are all the questions that show up in probably most of us human beings, and the willingness to immerse ourselves in the questions creates this spiritual immersion process. And again, the intention is to see this as an incremental process, one step at a time, one dipping your toe in the waters of spiritual process, spiritual reality, spiritual evolution, spiritual relationship. So one of the elements of being on such a path is that at some time or another, if not like right away, we go, oh, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to have my life. I'm ready to have it be great. I'm ready for the transformation so that I can be all that I want to be. I can be me, and I'm ready, and I'm open to receiving that. And it's an interesting moment when we make that declaration. So first of all, it's very courageous, and it's a great achievement to be able to say, I'm ready to have a great life. I am ready to own it. I'm ready to live it now. And it's another thing then to see what occurs when we make such a declaration. In the book that I read and have shared with you, called Oneness, transcribed by Rasha, it says in a number of times, it says, the highest vibrational results are always forthcoming. The highest vibrational outcome is always forthcoming. And I may have mentioned this in previous podcasts, but it's something that stays with me in a sense that if that's so, then where am I in relation to that highest vibrational result? So I would say to myself, okay, I'm ready for the highest vibrational results to be here, which to me is wealth and prosperity and being of service and with an incredible generosity of spirit. That's really important to me, to have that sense of service from generosity of spirit. And so I go, okay, I'm ready for that. And then it doesn't come. And I go, well, why isn't it coming? I did everything. I've done all the practices. I've done the training. I've been reading. I've been praying. I've been meditating. I've been walking. I've been doing all this stuff. And where is my reward? We talked about that last time, a couple of podcasts ago, is we're always looking for the rewards. And when they're not forthcoming, we go, what the heck? What's wrong? I said I was ready. I've made the declaration. I'm ready. I'm open. Where is it? And it's like stepping off a precipice at that moment to say, I am ready and I am open, because we might anticipate or expect our desires to come flooding to us. And that's what we want. But when they don't, how do we respond? With disappointment, anger, frustration, sense of victimization. I've done all this work and where is the rewards? all of those elements, all those aspects of our egoic self, I'll say, that egoic or small s self says, hey, I did all the right things. Why isn't it forthcoming? And it's like, okay, I got to look at that. I have an attitude of attachment to having the outcome that I'm expecting. That's perhaps something that's interfering with a higher vibrational result that I'm wanting to show up. So I make the declaration. I'll say this a number of times. I'll make the declaration, I'm ready and open. And then whatever comes, comes. And I go, wait, that wasn't what I expected. That wasn't what I was attached to receiving. That's not what I want. And now I got to look at my attitude. Oh, there's an attitude of frustration or disappointment or victimized or betrayed or abandoned because I didn't receive when I said I was ready to receive. And I think this is a really interesting process that I know I went through over and over and over again, like every day for years. And when I say that, if somebody said that to me, I would roll my eyes and go, oh my God, I just can't take this any longer, because I was always anticipating and expecting the next day that the phone would ring and it would be Oprah and she'd say, hey, I want you on my show, or I want to endorse your books. That's what I expected every day because I was doing my work, right? I was doing my spiritual work. So that's, I wanted Oprah. I wanted the call from Oprah. Well, I didn't get the call. I still haven't got the call. But that sense of expecting to get something because I declared myself open and ready, that's just a good, cool thing to look at. It's like, oh, I have an expectation here. And it's just a good thing to look at. And I'm repeating myself over and over because it's such an in-depth patterning of our patterning of saying, okay, I'm going to do the work, and now I want the rewards, and now I'm not getting the rewards, so now I'm pissed off. And then we go back to work. And if we can go, oh, I'm pissed off, I have some stuff here that I need to look at, or I feel like a victim, or I feel betrayed or abandoned by God. I got work to do, because that I declared myself open and ready for whatever. That means I'm open and ready for whatever. And if I'm open and really open, then I will see what gifts come to me every day. I will see what's coming to me as the gifts, as the highest vibrational results of my work thus far. I will see and just feel totally embraced in the wonders of the gifts of what's occurring to me right now because I said I'm ready and open. But mostly if things don't look the way I want them to look, like a phone call from Oprah, then I got stuff. And you might say, well, of course you're going to want that. Of course you're going to be disappointed. Of course you're going to be angry. But if we're looking at continuing to evolve our human spirit self, that means we're always increasing, we're elevating our vibrational resonance to be in a state where we are receiving and to really receiving what is forthcoming right now, what is. And there's a state of gratitude for that, as opposed to a state of frustration, disappointment, betrayal, abandonment, anger, and the bitterness. I'm great at being bitter for not getting what I want when I want it. But if we're in a state of receiving, then it's like, oh, I'm really grateful. It's a rainy day today. I'm really grateful that I can stay inside and be more focused on what I want to attend to, which is these podcasts and some of the other things that I'm offering in my my coaching trainings and things like that. When it's sunny out, I get distracted by all the energy. There's a higher frequency for me when the sun is out. It's intense. And I can't focus so much. Now on a cloudy day in the wintertime, I do a lot better. So I'm grateful for what comes to me today. And I realize more and more is that if I'm not receiving what I thought I'd be receiving, I if I'm aware of that, then I become more conscious of, oh, I've got some stuff around that. I haven't let go of my attachment to the reward system of life, of life in the 3D world. There's a different award or reward system in the spiritual domain that's much greater, much more fun, because it just arrives when you least expect it, rather than expecting it and having it delivered like Amazon, or a mail, a box for your birthday. It comes when you least expect it. You're ready and you're open and you continue to ready yourself, and it comes when it comes. It's really quite wonderful. But we can't know that if we're attached to the reward system. So pay attention. Just notice if you want to. You don't have to notice at all. But notice when you have an expectation, when you declare, okay, I'm ready and open to receiving, enormous amounts of money. I'm ready to have a house to live in. I'm ready for my career that's going to really be fulfilling. And it doesn't come. It's just a good time to go, okay, I guess I got more work to do, because the highest vibrational results is already here. This is as good as it gets, unless I'm willing to elevate my level of vibration to the next level, whatever that means. And that's always requires us to lean into our comfort zone, lean into that outer edge of our comfort zone, to expand it to include more and more and more of who we already are, but haven't yet acknowledged and experienced. So that's pretty much it for today. Just notice when you have expectations. Notice what happens when those expectations aren't fulfilled by the spirit world or by friends or family. And notice how you be with that. And the more that you become more accepting of what is, the more you're going to notice more that comes your way of what you're wanting. All right. If you want to leave comments or email me, please do so at rosie@theparadigmshifts.com, or you can find books and blogs and videos and other cool stuff on my website at theparadigmshifts.com. All right, big hugs, blessings, bye for now.